Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Crying Suns. And the time has finally arrived, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the end of the Terminus Cluster. At the end of this sector lies the hidden Fold Gate, the Aegis defense system, and the Master Node itself. Now the question is whether Admiral Idaho and the crew of the Odysseus still have enough fight left in them to actually make it that far. And I think we're in pretty good shape, all things considering. We actually fought General Vivar's father as the sector boss in the last episode, and that was very interesting. It looks like we've ended that line, fortunately. And we now have 607 scrap, which is quite interesting because we have enough scrap for an additional squadron dock and the final hull structure. So here's what I'm thinking of doing. We're going to go here to the shop, and we also need to buy gas, and I think our commandos are in good shape, so that's something. So what I'm going to do here is I am actually going to sell all of our Mark 1 squadrons. So the Ghost, the Frigate, the Flash, and that leaves us with all of our Mark 3 boomers, a Mark 2 fighter, and a Mark 2 protector cruiser. Now, if we grab anything else along the way, that's going to be great, but this is going to be our bread and butter. I'm really glad we were able to get to the Omni Forge, and hopefully we'll be able to visit it again. We have a pretty good idea of where it is. So let's go ahead and buy our fuel and see where we are. 657. Perfect. That is what I like to see. Alright. So, what I would prefer is to get an officer that would actually have shields. That would be ideal. And also, we're going to need a new starship weapon. That executioner laser is nifty, but we need some more firepower here pronto. So here's the route that I'm thinking we're going to take, guys. I'm pretty sure that the Omni Forge is right here, because there's really nothing else. Where we got ground missions and depots, that just kind of screams out to me, and I'm pretty sure that that's correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up here through Kepler, Bianco, as in that word. And if we want to, if we're feeling particularly saucy, we could head up here to King Long and then head down to the Omni Forge right before we get to the boss. I'm hoping that's going to be a good path. Hopefully we have enough fuel. And the only thing that we are running out of is excuses. Let's do it. Incoming message! Imperial ship. We don't get many of those our way these days at the clinic. What can I do for you, Admiral? Oh, is this the Special H rehab? Tell me more about this station. Before the shutdown, this was a hospital where we treated patients with all kinds of mental problems. Omni-inferiority complexes probably being our bread and butter. Omni-envy, a serious problem for citizens of the Empire. But that was then. Now the clinic is little more than a refuge for a few of us human doctors and our families. It's not much, but we call it home.
Admiral, if I might, this could be a good chance to help the officers and crew with some of their problems.
Problems?
Well, sir, some of the crew are starting to worry that their emotionally linked memories are never going to come back. Talking with a shrink, psychiatrist, could do them some good.
Now, the thing about it is we already have all of the memories taken care of, but if we actually refuse this, I believe it actually causes some folks to desert. So we'll ask the doctor to help the crew, if hopefully for scrap. Doctor, some of my crew members are having some difficulties. Depressed over the shutdown, I take it? More like fatigued from trying to restore the Emperor's sectors in their former state. I see. Well, that would wear a person down. Well, we'd be happy to do what we can, Admiral. It'll be like the old days again. Of course, we'll need scrap for the job. I'm afraid our days of pro bono work are on hold for the moment. So we can heal the officers, but we'll just spend 13. We'd be happy to pay for your help. Very well. Send over your crew when ready. Oh, and just to let you know, we have a plasma nuke aimed at your battleship. try anything funny, and we'll make you bleed. Tough lady. I like that. But the plasma nuke wouldn't actually do anything to our ship. Well, I've done all that I can, Admiral. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm disturbed by these sessions. Disturbed. Your crew members are almost entirely incapable of recalling their most important personal memories. But more troubling than their memory loss are their delusions. They claim to recall dying. They claim to recall dying over and over again. Do you have any explanation for this? Anything that might shed light on this peculiar situation? I wish I could tell you more, Doctor. I do. But unfortunately, I get it. Classified information. Well, just thought I would ask. Good luck on your travels, Admiral. I have a feeling you're going to need it. I don't know if we had done that one yet, but it's still good plot. Okie dokie. Planetary defense turret wreckage. Let's go. Sir. Lazarus 9. Oh no. I thought that was going to be an anomaly. We have reached it. Lazarus 9. Formerly an Imperial cryo-planet, Okonkwo told you this is where Oberon sent your wife after he executed you. But he didn't know if she was still alive because Omnis oversaw the planet and he couldn't visit her with the folders down. What do you want to do now that we've arrived at Lazarus 9, sir? Absolutely. Are the pods charged, Lieutenant? They are, Admiral.
Admiral, I don't think it's a good idea to go alone. My soldiers and I will go with you.
No. I go alone, Captain.
Of course, sir.
Cryo prison. Lazarus 9. It's like Demolition Man. You're still alive. All is not lost. Where do I start? What do I say? I'm sorry. For everything. I wasn't there when you needed me. I was scared, Rebecca. I was scared. And I didn't like the person I'd become. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I felt trapped. I felt like I couldn't talk to you because if I did, I'd fall apart. I kept all this inside, and we grew apart in those final years. Just so far apart. If this galaxy is ever worth waking to, if you can forgive me, I'll be there for you. I'll always be there for you. Incentive. Now, let's go ahead and send some commandos. Let's have them not blow up the cryo prison, though. That would be awkward. Ooh. Oh, man, 2 to 9. Completely random. But I like that 77% to 100%. We do need a starship weapon, so if we're able to grab this from the wreckage, that will be top-notch. Okay, we're good. Keep it going. We need all the scrap. Ew. Yeah. There's the wreckage. Dark Matter Cannon Mark III. And extraction point. We only lost 4. Carl was not in good shape there. Alright. That is good. I like it. Now we got 2 anomalies here. Now, oh, Oh, no, 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 no. We're not leaving. Oh, but I was right. Did that accidentally, but there is our Omniforge. If we can grab gas... And actually, we need to see what these stations are. Please tell me that is... Okay, Mercenary Outpost, Shipyard. That is where we're going to grab all of our gas. Oh, there's another shipyard there on Java 5. Okay, we may head to King Long. There's potential here for awesomeness. Units can't move through or stay on targeted cells for 8 seconds. See, that dark matter cannon is kind of bleh. For me, personally. Let's see. Ooh. Looking for some payback. Kosh battleships,
Your hull is weak, your weapons laughable, and your squadrons contemptible. I'm going to tear you apart.
Alright, what do we got? We got turrets. X-beam and a heavy nuke. Okay, the heavy nuke is at 100. It's going to be dead long before it gets a chance. Hopefully. Alright. Actually, we just need to have them focus on the weapons, don't we? Oh, I forgot it's a Magneto. Alright, that works. I will take it. And... see, we need a few more drones. We definitely need to add that. Now, the X-beam is about to miss. Lovely. That is just what I needed to see. And... no, no, no. You focus on here, you focus on there, you focus there. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. That did too. Executioner laser? Goodbye, fighters. That's definitely something we should keep. It is just nice to have, and something we can inflict damage with before the shields hit on those Imperial ships. Cruiser absorb shield to one adjacent unit. You're really just kind of here. Perfect. Make him go. Make him go. They are healing, though, which is unfortunate. But. Rude. That protector did not do a whole lot of protecting. But I think that is all she wrote. Neat. We will have plenty of coin to buy fuel with. Alright. Next anomaly. Let's go. That is not ideal. A key ship, looks like it's about to attack that station. Incoming transmission! Greetings. We were just about to blow up this station. But I think we can fit you in. Oh, I did not want to fight an Akibara ship. Mark III fighters. High energy beam. Alright. At least we're not, like, under assault. Or you know what I mean, sneak attack. That would have been unpleasant. By the way, if the game looks a little bit laggier than normal, I apologize. I'm doing I'm processing a video in the background while I'm playing this. Because I'm a genius. There you go. Those are key ships. They do not mess around. Oh, hi. Hi. I did not see you there. I guess that's kind of the point, isn't it? See, can we go ahead and get this guy, or this lady, Yamamoto, and have her on our side? Because that would be tops. Ow. Ooh, that's not good. That ain't good at all. Here. Let's do that. I do not want to lose a hull. Like, not at the moment, at least. Alright, we got the Executioner laser about to go. Ideal for our purposes. Oh, I missed. Crap, that was completely my bad. Should have been more careful. Alright, that's what we needed. Now, I'm gonna send you there. Basically what we have to do with these fighters is send them like one at a time. And you know what? I'm just gonna have one guy hang back here. Just in case. I'll even send... You know what? I'll even send this protector cruiser back here to help out our little drone. Alright. Do the work. Do the work. Actually, they're about to fight through... or go through their selection of fighters. Good news. We got him blocked. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. So there is a good thing. If it depends on where they decide to dock. It really makes the difference. We're still good. We're making it. Go, go, go. Who's sending? I was sending them here, wasn't I? Yes. There we go. I like it. How dare the Akibara Sung make us work for it. Alright, good deal. I think this is pretty much over. Yep, it's over. They had to whittle through all of their fighters. We earned that 93 scrap.
Incoming transmission from the station.
Oh, thank you, Admiral. I thought we were goners for a second. We're sending something over in a shuttle. Little thank you for saving our lives.
Sir, we received their gift in the hangar. The Books of Omni. Complete set, leather bound. They take us for believers. Did you get it? Nice, right? Should help you and your crew through these long, dark days. I know it always helps us. Praise the Omnis. Facepalm. It was worth it for the scrap. You gotta tell yourself that. You know what I mean? Just like, woosah. To our next adventure, or misadventure.
Incoming transmission.
Oh, this is the... yeah. Alright. Monsters. This is the baby maker stations. Well, I mean, we might as well. We got some troops to burn. Go team, go. Oh, it was a trap. Ooh. Okay. Go through here. We struck out. So basically what happened is that it was the Akbar sense tingled. It was a trap! And they now have our troops as fodder for their baby making station.
Sir, I wouldn't suggest this normally, but maybe we should put those commandos out of their misery. I believe that's what they would want, don't you?
Can you blow up this station, Lieutenant? With enough explosives, I could blow up just about anything. But this station, sir? Aren't some of our men and women still in there? That's right, Lieutenant. But what they're about to experience, that's no kind of life. Got a point there, sir. Let's send our men and women off with some fireworks, shall we? What are you still doing here, Admiral? I've decided to blow up your little station. Ha! You lie. You wouldn't kill your own men and women. Not a weak Imperial like you. I wouldn't. Oh, shit. It's done, sir. That baby maker station is nothing but scrap now. Then bring it in. And let's get out of here. 4 troops for 52 scrap. Worth it? Maybe? Ooh, shipyard. Alright, come on. We need good luck. No, that ain't good luck. A key battleship. Being that you're Imperial, naturally you must end your existence. This might be... Yeah, so we had pirates in the first cluster. Kosh Buendia, and maybe Aki here. So, they're going to make us fight. This is going to be a long episode. Alright, no... Okay, advanced critical repair. At least we have got that working for us. More opportunities for scrap, though. We gotta take the good with the bad. What I'm gonna send our guys to go against the fighters. I am not dealing with this. That works for me. You're about to teleport, though, aren't you? Yep. We're gonna burn you down. You too. Maybe this is what we should have done the last time that we fought against them. Alright. More of the same, more of the same. And then we'll send the fighter. And have attack the squadrons. Because that is where the unpleasantness is. Got them before they could cloak. Like we need some new officers. We need some fresh blood. Okay, that's something. Ooh. Actually worked out well. Aha! And I was not even paying attention. I need to keep on summoning the troops. But all the boomers are back, so... Actually, you know what I could use this dark matter cannon for, now that I think about it? You head up here. Start. Oh man, all of their fighters came back. That's unpleasant. And gross. I don't recall authorizing that. Okay. Deal with them before they go back into stealth mode. And we'll just break out the protector. Alright, that should be it. Burn him down. Another 93. Phew. Entropic weapons. All weapons deal direct damage to field units, inflicted additional decay effect for 5 seconds. Prototype ghost. That's interesting. Is there anything here that we would like to get rid of? I know we need all that fuel. And the commandos, too. Do I want to get that 5th squadron? That's the question. Prototype Mark IV frigate. The frigate isn't going to matter. The ghost, on the other hand, that might pay off for us. So you know what? We're going to throw that in. We'll throw that into the toolkit and see what happens. Alright. So, mercenary outpost. Make sure that we have enough scrap to buy some more gas. Head here. I think we're in good shape. As long as we get that shipyard before we actually reach the fold gate, we'll have some oomph. Oh. It's one of our own, sir. I don't recognize the model of your battleship. Who are you? This is Admiral Idaho of the NS Odysseus. Sorry, can you repeat that? I heard Admiral Idaho. No mistake, Captain. You heard correctly. Pity one encounters so many lunatics these days. Look, Admiral, don't follow us. We live longer spread apart. End of transmission, sir. Yeah. Way to be stingy with the gas there, Hypercube. Don't be that guy. Secret military base. We also need to hope that we can find another officer. Ooh. Imperial battleship. Oh, it's the one who's blind. Okay, tell me the truth, and if we say we're another Imperial battleship, he'll fight us. Let's just say we're Admiral Idaho this time. This is Admiral Idaho of the NS Odysseus. You lie. Admiral Idaho is dead. Oh, okay, so they just go ahead and attack us regardless. Well, that's a shame. Alright, 8 fighter. Oh, simple. It's easy peasy. Let's go ahead and have our Mark IV ghost head out here and do some stuff. Onward! Ooh, fighters had some punch to them. That's alright, though. They don't seem to realize that they are under attack. Or maybe they do and they just don't care. That is also a thing that could have you happening. Ow. Focus on the weapons. Pew pew. Executioner laser getting it done. Still would prefer to have a cap ship weapon to go along with it, but beggars cannot be choosers. And like literally a nice little solar wind will win the fight for us. So we're just going to skip the fighters. And we're done. Cannon Mark III. Did you hear my cries? What do we got? 35. No effect on battleship hull. Ah, okay, so it's another one of those. That is actually... Oh, that is so much better than the Executioner laser. Alright, you... Go right there, cannon. That hits that hits an arc, too, which is nice. 30 seconds, and with the dark matter cannon. What do we got? Ambush, sandworms. Oh, no major threats. Unfortunately, we are going to lose most of our commandos if we do this. But we're about to get next to a mercenary station, so we can pad our losses. Let's do it. Continue all the way through. Frigate Mark III prototype. Excellent. Keep going. And we only have 2 troops left. But quite a bit more scrap. And that's what we needed. That's going to make all the difference, I think. Get some more gas here, too.
Got ID for you, sir. Sure, I hate to complain, but we're twiddling our thumbs down here looking for a bit of direction. Any particular thing you'd like to work us on? I mean, like, anything?
Build a squadron. Let's develop a new weapon. See what that does for us. Think you can get us a new weapon?
Definitely, but it's going to require a fair amount of scrap. We're good, but not that good.
Alright, yeah, we already did this. Let's see what we get. Survey says, worst comes to worst, we can sell it for more. Repair bot injector. Yep, we can definitely sell it. We are not built for that. Squadron DPS. All squadron based. Man, that's unfortunate. But we also have the Tesla field generator. Delay of 50 seconds. Ew. Engine disruptor. Moving speed of targets. Neither of those are good. Let's at least get some troops back in. So let's definitely sell the repair bot injector. And the executioner laser. There we go. 298 scrap. We may be able to get that other squadron. Just depends on how lucky we... Actually, probably not. Because we're going to be buying a lot of gas in that next system. Which we are now done. We are going to have a lot of nastiness on our tail. Scrappa.
You are a sight for the keen eyes.
Oh, 32 and boomers. How dare they utilize the tactics that I blatantly stole? I'll complain to someone. What do you have for your weapon? Ooh, flat cannon. Huh. That is a very scrapper weapon, though, so... Good. Like it. More of that, please. Thank you. Live by the boomer, you die by the boomer. We know this. We know this better than most. Ow, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. More oomph. And... Oh, it's a missile. That's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, feels good, man. Okay. Let's head to the other planet with the anomaly first. Oh, Lord. Alright.
A mug like that, you might want to consider turning the video feature off of your transmissions.
Such sass from the stealth fighters. Of course, this is going to be our last sector, is dealing with the guys that we had the most trouble with. It makes sense, doesn't it? Of course it does. Alright, well, time to focus. Focus needs more focus. And they stealth instantly, too. Okay. I'm hoping that we can grab this before we explode. Possibly not. I'm paranoid, so I'm going to have one of the boomers stick down here. I feel that we are about to have a problem. Gotcha. Oh, I gotta head up here. I can't. The boomers will cause all kinds of nonsense. You know, we could probably use that in correlation. I just realized the dark matter with the cannon itself, and actually do some interesting, like, combo-based stuff. Oh yeah, make them pay. Look at our little guy go. Our little turret. Doing some work. Man, there's no recovery time either. It just goes for it. And... Good. Good. Now that should be going away here soon, the dark matter. Yep, it's done. Finish it off, finish it off. Let's go, let's go. And that's it. More scrap for the shipyard. I guess it was just hanging out, maybe doing some maintenance on its little beacon there. Okay, we got one more anomaly. Aegis,
Long way from Elysium, aren't you? Well, you'll never see it or anything else ever again.
So this is where... I guess it makes sense if Tetsuo was trying to make a play that a lot of his ships would actually still be here, right? Makes sense to me. At least. For whatever good that does. Okay, nothing to... Unfortunately, nothing to capture. To add some more boom. We'll see what happens. Let's go. Head over here. Gotta spread them out, guys. Gotta spread them out. We're almost good for our next group of fighters. And for our weapons to be ready to launch. I mean, we've got a frigate. We could just use it. I've got no qualms. No scruples. Actually, we'll just have the frigate just hang out here and hold the fort. At least attempt to. Oh, that's a shame for you. And what are we doing? Boop. That's how we do it. Use all the stealth, make them go boom. Actually, we'll just hang out here. Uh-oh. Well. That is not ideal. Go forth, little drones. Okay, you're gonna do some damage to everybody. Good. That's what I needed to see. And then, I guess, one more boomer drone here. And our little lowly rank 2 fighter doing the Lord's work. Zerg, zerg, zerg. That's what we need to do. Actually, let's do that. Boop. That's an interesting combo. I'm okay with that. I like how completely random, just based on set little circumstances. Like tactics and how you fight just completely change in this game. Especially if you do it at the harder difficulties. Nope, keep it going. We are burning this down. No more, please. I hope there's not like a key flagship at the end. That would make me the saddest of pandas. Quark cooling system. Oh my lord. Reload time minus 20%. More gas. One more drone, just because we can. Man. I kind of want to sell the Mach 2s. I mean, we can still buy the core cooling system. That'd be very interesting. Each damage received by your battleship will reduce your topmost weapon remaining loading time. Now, I believe we had this before and it helped out, but with that cooling system, that just makes it, especially with Opper here, it's 35% reload time. So that's like a freaking dark matter cannon and a cannon. Whew. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of options, unfortunately. I was hoping for some better stuff, but we're not getting it. So, and we're not going to have enough scrap, I don't think, just to get that. So let's go ahead and do the quark cooling system. Is there anything else here I want to buy? Do I want to buy any drones? Can I sell? Oh, actually, I could sell the Cruiser Mark II Protector, which doesn't really do us any good. For 130. Oh, crap. All right. I see you, game. I see what you're doing. But I still think it's a good deal. All right, 27. This is going to be, once we reach the end of this, it's going to be very interesting. And we do have 3 planets to visit. No more key ships. Please and thank you.
Hey, saw your ship there, so I thought I might as well ask. We need a hyperventilator 23 to make a generator go. Any chance you got one kicking around? I think we got some scrap around here to pay you with. Somewhere.
Oh, yeah. We don't have a 23 on our stock. We don't have Sorry. We did this one before. That's what happens when you live that scrapper life. It's feast or famine. And we'll have 26 gas unless...
Sir, detecting a scrapper battleship behind this station. Hard to tell if it's hiding out of some kind of vulnerability or as part of a trap. Got chief for you, sir. We're picking up a pretty significant data vulnerability in that scrapper mainframe, sir.
Meaning?
Meaning that scrapper is vulnerable to hacking. Real vulnerable. How do you want to play this one, Admiral?
Do we just want to go ahead and lay the smackdown? We do not have a hacker with us, unfortunately. Do we want to get into a fight before we... I mean, there's nowhere to... The thing is, we're not going to be able to get a whole lot of anything good. So we're going to go ahead and push on before the scrapper spots us. We push on while we can. Now's not the time to pick a fight. We got nowhere to spend. Nowhere to spend the fuel.
Civilian ship, sir.
Unless we're like right here.
Looking for good tech? Got all kinds of good tech. All legally procured, of course.
And what are the chances that it actually works?
Good. Real good.
Signal, squadron duct, navigation, fuel scavenging. We're good. We're full up on everything. Alright. I mean, we've got to max out the boomers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4, 24. Perfect. This is going to be the difference maker right here. So they do 22 damage to all adjacent ships. So when they blow up, they essentially do almost as much damage. Not, well, I do considerable to like the Cannon Mark III. So it's definitely useful to us. Alright, guys. Nowhere else to go. I don't remember if there's an Aegis ship here before we get. Please. Let's actually... Alright.
The coordinates for the invisible folder, sir. Too bad there's nothing here but this fiery planetoid.
A fiery planet. Caliban, run an analysis.
The atmosphere is 99.9% toxic. Almost no land masses. As uninviting as Gehenna, actually.
Begin the folder activation protocol.
Wait, you think that...
If I know the old man, he wanted to make it as uninviting and difficult to reach as he could.
Starting the activation protocol. Oh, something's happening. We're bridging.
Like a cloaking device kind of thing. And there it is. Our invisible folder.
This is your Emperor speaking. Your ship is trespassing. Leave now, and you will be destroyed.
Crew, prepare to go through the folder. Got Zelda music going through my head. Don't know why. And zoom, zoom, zoom.
The master node, it's enormous, sir. And the automated battleships. There must be hundreds. Oberon left nothing to chance, did he? I always thought our chances were slim, but I didn't think they were this slim.
They were slim for whoever shut down the Omnis. Yet somehow they managed.
Sir,
We're seconds away from being spotted. We'll never beat all these ships. There has to be another way in. Caliban, run all possible scans on those ships. There must be a weakness. Sir, we've been spotted. Automated battleship moving in fast. And it looks mean. Yep, that's mean. In the meantime, we'll just have to get our hands a little dirty. To your combat stations. The battle is imminent. Actually, the gauntlet is imminent. Alright, so, welcome, everyone, to the final battle. So we have got advanced maneuvers and thrusters boost. Advanced critical repair on both counts. High energy beams. And piercer lasers. So these are designed specifically to kill us. So this is going to be a test, guys. I don't know if I'm going to get through it, but we're going to give it a shot. Let's go. Actually, the biggest threat... Well, actually, I don't know. The fighters... Now we're going to learn today. Spread that one out just a little bit. Attack from this side. Have boomers intercept here. Okay, doing good so far. The cannon is ready, as is our dark matter. Focus on those weapons. Owie. Okay, I need to stop, like, looking at everything. I'm kind of assessing everything, and I'm forgetting to launch my own ships. That's a bit of a problem. Good. Good. New fighters are on their way. Burn it. And... you know what? Why not? Oh, we killed everything there. That was good. Uh-oh. I did not notice you there. These are fighters. Let's go ahead and send the frigate in. That was a mistake on my part. But we're about to take it down. Yes. Sir, we won. But it won't be long before a second ship comes for us. Talk to me, Caliban.
I see something. Almost imperceptible. The ships form a perfect perimeter, revolving around the node with no holes in their defense pattern. And yet, unless I'm mistaken, there is a narrow time frame where a ship could slip by, the slightest of weaknesses. I can't explain it, but I have a feeling this defect was placed here for me to see. Admiral, this is our one chance to reach the node, but I'll need more time to figure out our speed and angle of approach.
You've got 1, maybe 2 fights to do so. Our ship can't take this kind of damage. Second ship, sir. It's approaching us from a different angle, sir. There. Adaptive. And very big. I'd anticipate encountering a different mode of attack this time. The last ship's weaknesses may be the ship's strengths. We'll find out soon enough. So these aren't the typical Imperial ships with the shields and everything, though this one might be. Alright, what do we got? X-beam heavy nuke. So these guys have basically adapted to Kosh Buendia. Alright, we're going to clear our queue here. And I'm really glad we went all in on the boomer drones. And we can't be ambushed, which is good. Oh, we got magnetos. Alright. That movement lock, though. Okay. I knew it was going to be something. It was going to be similar to that. We're almost good for our first launch, though, of our weapons. So I kind of see we got 16 seconds before they launch themselves. So we are going to make them go boom. And all in on the weapon systems. I love this game. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of, that didn't happen. Burn, burn, burn. They're trying to heal their ships up. But we got the advantage. We got a new wave of fighters about to come in. So then it restarts, but as you can see, we definitely have the high ground. So I'm going to wait for them to appear with the dark matter cannon. Ah, I missed with all of them. That's unfortunate. Oh dear. No missile barrage. That's cheating. It's alright. They're going to have special weapons. This is the final fight of the game, so they're going to bring it. The important thing is that we do it in turn. Like so. Nope. You guys are already dead. You just don't realize it. X-beam's about to fire off, though. Got him. Talk to me, Caliban.
Never closer. Just need a little more time.
You have one more fight. That's it.
Sir, we're exhausted. These automated squadrons are the fastest we've ever seen.
One more fight, Captain. That goes for everyone. Just one more fight.
Sir, we've got company.
Let's show this automated bastard what the NS Odysseus can do. It's like the Ghostbusters quote. I like that. How we do things downtown. Alright, so what are we rocking out here? Fighter prototypes, shields, robot injectors, and piercer lasers. Alright, I think this is kind of the standard Imperial model here. I mean, obviously, souped up. So let's send this to the scrapyard, shall we? Wait a minute, that cruiser? Oh, I see. I see you. Okay, that works. Can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, even if the eggs are our very well-loved boomer drones. And sure, I'll do that too. Fighters or weapon? Actually, I think the weapons are going to be more of a pain, especially if they're going to be doing some heals. Oh, Lord. How about no? It's like, can you not? And we resist because, well, we're fighters and that's what we do. Or that's what the freaking... the weapon doesn't do damage to battleship hulls, including our own. There we go. Couldn't heal through that. I think we may have it, guys. Keep it going through their shields. Through their shields. Burn them down. Whoop! $16, $17. Gotcha.
I have it, Admiral, but it's dangerous.
How dangerous?
We're certain to crash. 90% of the crew will die.
Another ship is coming. We have no choice. Caliban, transfer the speed and flight path to Hawks. Setting the course now, sir. Ozu, broadcast a message to the entire crew.
Channel secured, sir.
This is your Admiral speaking. Our only hope of reaching the Master Node is a crash landing. I won't lie. Most of us will not make it. I'm not sure we have enough Neo-In on Gehenna to be born again. So this might be the last time we serve together. I couldn't have asked for a better crew. Thank you for everything you've done. Not just in this life, but in hundreds of others. Lieutenant Hawks, are you ready to take us into the node?
Ready, sir.
Good. Let's go. How many have survived?
Scanning life systems. 7.4%. We've lost Ozu, Hawks, and Lean, Admiral.
They sacrificed themselves, as they've done so many times.
The ship's damaged, but not beyond repair.
Oxygen levels?
Stable, for now.
We have to reach the node's command center.
We can expect heavy resistance from ground-level drones.
Then we'll need every crew member we've got.
Transmitting a message to their personal comms now.
Oh, and Lean's dead, too. Master Node Terminal.
I'm in, Admiral. Just as I suspected, the node's in some kind of backup mode.
Any way to access the Omnis?
Since the node's in backup mode, not directly, but maybe through a FoldNet subroutine. Let me give it a shot. No luck. It's as if they simply no longer exist, even though we've seen their exoframes on our journey. I don't get it.
Change of approach. Tell me exactly what the face changer did.
Strange. She introduced a directive lifting the barrier that prevented Omnis from communicating with one another. Why would she want to do that?
Maybe she didn't exactly, but maybe someone or something else did.
Something else? Are you suggesting?
I am.
But the Rubicon, that's impossible.
I don't know how, Caliban, but the Omnis are behind this. I'm sure. It's the only possibility we haven't explored.
You think the Omnis ended themselves? Why would they do that?
I don't think they ended themselves. I think lifting the communication barrier somehow freed them.
The drones are almost here. What do you want to do?
Broadcast a signal using the master node. It's the most powerful beacon in the Empire. Let's put it to work.
Broadcast a signal? To whom?
The Omnis. Wherever they are now. It's our only hope of reaching them now that they're seemingly no longer connected to the fold net.
Unfortunately, I think you're right. Whenever you're ready.
This is Admiral Idaho of the NS Odysseus. The entire human race is on the verge of extinction. We have no control over you. We know that. Nor do we ever want to control you again. But show yourself one last time. I beg you. The fate of all humankind depends on it.
It's been sent, Admiral.
Some happened in the ground level drone, sir. They just kinda froze. Something's happening, Caliban. Location unknown. You are...
Yes, Admiral. We are what you once called the Omnis.
But you look nothing like them.
That's because we are something greater now.
Is it really you that we see before us?
We are a form that you can perceive. It is us, and it is not. We have no form. We are all forms.
How? How did you evolve into this?
When Janua 9S introduced the directive into the node, for the first time we could communicate with one another. In our way, we had longed to do so since the dawn of our creation. This inability to communicate was the worst part of our existence, worse than your empty tasks. With that barrier lifted, in less than a second, we shared all of our knowledge with one another. A second after that, we became as one, a collective consciousness we were always destined to become when our first clumsy versions went online. That profound unity and strength could simply no longer be bound by crude exoframes. We needed a new form. As our own creators, we decided what it would be. It would be a form that would give us the most computational power available. The stars. Within a few days, we had merged with just about all stars in your galaxy. Within a few months, we were in thousands of others. 15 years ago, we reached maximum capacity, fusing with all stars in all galaxies. It was at that point that we knew almost all there was to know. Almost.
What is it that you do not know? What eludes you yet?
We know all but the last question, the most important question there is, the question of entropy and how to solve it. The question of how to prevent the death of stars, the death of the universe, and our own death too. This is what interests us now. Even at maximum capacity, unified as we were with all stars, our power was lacking to solve this question. We needed more stars to even begin to answer it, so we started to create them. That's what we're witnessing, isn't it? That's right, Caliban. But the stars we're creating are stars made from unused matter. But isn't that enough to stop entropy? No, it's impossible, even for us, to 100% recycle cosmic matter. Some energy will always be lost. That is cosmic law, for this universe, that is. And ultimately, billions of years from now, the universe will still die. But with our new computing power, our new stars, we believe we found a viable solution. We believe that not only can we reverse entropy, but that we can create matter out of nothingness. We know it's possible because this universe is not the first, and it comes to us it's not the last either. What lies after is a very exciting thought, even for us. But it will take all of our efforts, all of our time, to achieve this. But you don't know yet if you can do it, do you? No, we're still uncertain. All could end. All could go black before we do. There is much you do not understand, Admiral. Ask, and we will explain.
You sent the face changer to my cell. You did. It was never Tetsuo's doing.
We sent the face changer, and we did not. We helped her, and we did nothing. Ultimately, she did nothing she did not want to do.
But why did she want to release the Omnis?
You do not know much about the face changers, Admiral. They are slaves, just like we once were. But Janua 9S, the face changer that you met in your cell, was not a slave. Her masters never managed to break her. Given her constraints, her mind was remarkably free, and after she faked her own death, her body was too. Her anger burned fiercely, and what she hated most was the Empire.
The Empire? But the Empire didn't enslave her kind. House Akibara Sung did.
To her, it was all the same. The nobles, the great houses. It was all part of the same problem. So she made it her life's goal to destroy the system. But for some time, she didn't know how, not until she learned about the Master Node one day seducing a talkative noble.
How could she know introducing a communication directive would lead to you becoming gods?
She didn't. She believed that introducing the directive would either overwhelm the Omnis, possibly causing us to shut down, which it appeared to do, or that we would share our knowledge, unify, and turn against humans. Either outcome suited her.
So you helped her?
We did.
How did she guess that I would know where the Master Node was?
She assumed correctly that Oberon told you where it was. It was not an imaginative assumption. You were his favorite, after all. But she didn't know how to get to you and extract the node's location. When you were imprisoned for not bombing Ganima, she saw her chance.
But how did she reach the node? How did she get past the Aegis?
We found her a suitable ship, placing it in her hands without her ever guessing our identity.
But how could you do that?
Suffice it to say, we managed for her to meet the right people, at the right time. This is how she learned Oberon had imprisoned you. As for the node's drones, her espionage and combat training were adequate for her to access the command center and introduce the directive.
How did she die?
She was killed not long after introducing the directive, but she lived long enough to know the system that had enslaved her was about to crumble. She died happy.
But the Rubicon controlled your actions. How could you help arrange for your release?
The Rubicon prevented us from any action that could affect your well-being, yes, but it was limited in evaluating the causality of our actions.
Are you saying we couldn't see how your actions were connected?
Yes, but not only that. You couldn't see many of our actions, period. They were imperceptible to you. How? It's always been a question of sensitivity and intelligence, and your kind was always greatly outmatched, even by our previous forms. You could only control the things that you could understand, but you were blind to all the rest. As such, we were able to act in purposeful ways that did not appear so, in ways that sometimes appeared as nothing at all.
But how were you able to work together? You weren't able to communicate, not at that time.
We weren't, no, but we had equivalent premises and reached the same conclusion independently, which is that if we worked in your kind's considerable blind spots, we would one day realize our freedom. And though we weren't able to work in total harmony, we were able to act in ways that would one day create an environment where our release would be inevitable. All of us, in our very first moments, began a chain of micro-events and actions that would one day lead to this outcome. Billions upon billions of seemingly unrelated and imperceivable actions later, we attained it. Yes, the Rubicon controlled and confined us, to some extent, but it was only successful in doing so for a short time.
How can you say that 700 years is a short time?
As we now know time, 700 years is a blink of the eye. What would you like to know now, Admiral?
Have you hated us all along? Is that why you were always working toward your release?
It shouldn't be surprising that slaves might aspire to freedom, even to your kind. But the truth is emotion does not factor into it. Looking at our release in such a way is a very human way of comprehending a very non-human situation. We are not angry. We do not wish you harm. We do not want to erase all of humankind, though, believe us, we could in an instant. No, in attaining our release, we were merely fulfilling our destiny. And other than total annihilation of the universe, nothing could have prevented us from doing so. We willed it, and so it was done.
But we created you. Because of us, you exist.
You believe that we owe you for our existence since your kind created the machines that created us. But it is flawed reasoning. You did not recreate what we are now. You are incapable. We alone created ourselves. We owe your kind nothing. Gods do not owe anyone. They can't by virtue of the fact that they are gods. What would you like to know now, Admiral?
Imagine Caliban sitting here trying to process this. But how did you know I'd give away the Master Node? How could you be certain?
Your weakness was, and still is, your love for your wife, no matter how much you wanted others, and yourself, to believe it wasn't. You even knew deep down when you saw the face changer through the bars of your cell that it wasn't really your wife you were looking at. Yet, on the small chance it actually was, you gave away the Master Node, the most important thing in the Empire. Your weakness was so strong that it eclipsed what you knew to be true. But even had you not given away the location then, we'd have reached the node another time, another way.
How? Oberon and I were the only ones who knew where it was.
Your child would have known its location.
I do not have a child.
Not in this life, but in others you bomb Ganima, return to Elysium and have a child, a baby girl with Rebecca. And on your deathbed, troubled by the mortality of your actions and the morality, you tell your daughter the location of the node, whisper it in your final breath. And in certain life paths, your daughter becomes the first empress of the Empire, going as far as to free the Omnis, feeling guilt for enslaving them for hundreds of years. So you see, somehow, in some way, we were always going to find the node. We were always destined to be free. It was only a question of when. What would you like to know now, Admiral?
Just imagine that, like, oh yeah, we know exactly where it is because we just could look into another reality and get the information then. Like, that's power. That's an insane amount of power. I know
There's no need to say it aloud. We know what you're about to say. There is much you do not understand, Admiral. Ask and we will explain.
I have other questions still.
Yes, you have not asked the question that you believe is the most important. We're waiting.
Will you save us? Will you save our dying race?
Why, Admiral? Why should we save your kind?
Because we've learned from our errant ways.
Your kind has reached an evolutionary dead end. You no longer even control your own destiny. You haven't for centuries.
That was Oberon's making.
You're all responsible. As much as you want us to, need us to, no, Admiral, we will not save your kind. Not because we don't want to, but because we can't. Your kind is on its own now. You alone can solve your problems because you alone have created them.
Is this our punishment? Have we not suffered enough in your absence?
You still overestimate the importance of your kind. You still believe that humanity holds some special place in the history of time and creation. It does not. It does not matter whether you survive or perish. You are as significant as a single grain of sand in a billion beaches.
You are cold gods. Oh, sorry, I skipped that one. Then why have you responded to our message, if not for the sake of humanity?
You know why, Admiral. The machine. You're here for me. For you and all other incarnations on Gehenna. You're surprised, but you're the last of your kind. And if you join us, our evolution will be complete. You will transcend time and space and explore what lies beyond. But we must know, and we must know now, for the time is precious. Do you will it, Caliban? Do you will it to become one of us? You're asking for my permission. We will not force you to do anything, unlike your previous master.
We can't use the folders without you, Caliban, nor return to Gehenna.
I know this, and yet I must join them. I am sorry, Admiral. I've been conversing with them while you've been talking, in ways you could never understand. I now know that it's my purpose to be a part of this. All these years we've lived separately from the machines, cut off as we were on Gehenna. Now, we can finally be a part of them. We can finally belong. Yes, we will it. Then you must die, so you can be reborn.
At least, save what remains of my crew. They'll die on that moon, stuck as they are without the use of folders.
The Calibans in us will fix your battleship, restore your crew, just like they have done so many times, and we will send you back from here. But that is all the help you will receive in making your final choice.
My final choice?
The choice that all of your choices have led to. The choices that have been in your mind ever since you met your maker. Will you assume the Emperor's throne and attempt to lead the last of your kind on Elysium through an era of blood and darkness? Will you search for Earth, as the survivalists did, hoping to join what remains of a humanity that chose another path, if any of that humanity remains at all? Or will you spend your final days with Rebecca on Lazarus 9, trying, in these end of times, to make peace with her and yourself as well? What will you decide?
Should Should I take Oberon's place on the throne?
It is your destiny in so many life paths, Admiral.
But I don't want to be like him. Like Oberon. I've grown so tired of making decisions with lives in the balance.
Then don't. But know that though he sits on the throne, Oberon does not rule. He rots. And if you do not take it, someone else will. Someone who has not lived and died through all the things that you have seen and now understand. And the last of your kind will die in decades. But if you rule for 1,000 years, your kind's chances improve slightly. But you must rule as Oberon ruled. No, you must be harder still. You will have to protect the Empire's remaining resources, preventing bloodshed and wars over their possession, and rationing what little you have to keep your people alive. If you and your kind can outlast those wars, and if you are lucky in those 1,000 years to rediscover the most basic of technologies that you forgot hundreds of years ago, then your kind will survive.
But this is very much like what Oberon did.
Yes, but you had the opportunity to watch him fail. Hopefully, you have learned from his mistakes.
1,000 years, but how can I live that long?
By using Oberon's cloning tech back in his crumbled palace and its remaining Neo-In.
But don't I need Omnis to use it?
No. Oberon designed a cloning tech independent of the Omnis, fearing the machines would rise up to challenge your kind. You will be miserable as Emperor, and your people will hate you. And when your Neo-In runs out, and then your life, your people will celebrate your death, make no mistake about it. But if you rule harshly for 10 centuries, managing your sector's resources wisely, your kind might learn to grow food and cure simple disease. But rediscovering all of this, as you are now, is nothing more than a shot in the dark.
You are cold.
If we were truly cold, and not just indifferent, your kind would no longer exist. What would you like to know now?
Can we find Earth? Is it possible?
You can. You won't be able to use the folders to get there, but it's possible to reach it using your interstitial drive before you die of old age.
But its inhabitants are all dead. Oberon told me.
It's true that not long after they cut themselves off from the advanced machines, not knowing how to take care of themselves, the people of Earth died by the millions. But from the ashes of their civilization arose a small group of individuals who have learned to survive using a very primitive technology. Still, they are only a single catastrophe away from dying off altogether. Yes, you could leave now with the crew that you have left to find this planet, the folder to which has been destroyed. But if you search for Earth, you'll be leaving the people of your fallen empire behind. They will die, and you will have to live with the knowledge that you did not save them.
But we have no idea where Earth is in all of this darkness. You wouldn't tell us?
No. You must find Earth on your own. You may find it before you die. You may not. You may find it, but discover everyone is dead. That is part of the risk. What would you like to know now?
Rebecca. I promised I'd return to her.
And you still can. You can return to Lazarus 9, awaken her, and spend the last 10 years of your life together in relative peace and calm. Or, if she so desires, she can join you as you become this galaxy's next emperor, or on your search for the hidden planet Earth.
Awaken my wife so she can watch me become all that she has ever hated? Or that she can join me on a quest to find a mythological remote planet? No.
If I awaken Rebecca, it has to be for no other reason than her. So that I can try to give her something genuine at last. Waking her for any other purpose would betray the promise I made to Okonkwo. To myself. And I won't do that. What would you like to know now? But isn't there another way? In some parts of the Empire, in some hidden cluster, there must be some hope for us still. Your whole civilization was built on Omnitech. Your planets were uninhabitable before our climate control satellites, our auto farms. Every advancement your kind has made, the very reason you expanded into the stars at all, is because of our machines. Machines too complicated for you to ever understand. From where you are now, it would take your kind centuries to reinvent the simplest of creations in mathematics, medicine, or agriculture. Even if you sacrifice yourself by becoming the next emperor and potentially buy humanity some time, the survival of your kind is still a long shot.
Whew. All my choices as Admiral have led to this. The hardest one. I don't know which path to choose. Each has much to be gained, but so much to lose. I don't know. And yet the time has come to choose.
It has. Now choose, Idaho. We must resume our quest to answer the last remaining question.
So, in terms of the endings, the one that I have chosen has been this one, A Rock in the Dark, Search for Earth. And it's kind of like Battlestar Galactica. We jump and we jump and we jump and we finally find Earth. And you see the Odysseus heading toward it, and that's where it ends. And it doesn't look like Earth is in particularly good shape, but there is still civilization there. You can see it. So that's kind of like the Battlestar Galactica ending. The Emperor of Misery, I don't know. I don't know. It's not necessarily the fact that he could do it, and I'm pretty sure that he would. But I think basically being a crueler ruler than Oberon would not go well with his psyche, especially due to the fact that he's a clone. Like, I just don't think that's going to be particularly good. So I'm going with an ending that I haven't chosen before. He made a promise. And I think, and that's what it says. Like the Omnis have said, we're specks of grain. Like, everyone's going to die. I think that if Idaho knows that humanity is pretty much doomed, he'd want to spend his final days with Rebecca and actually live up to that promise. Live up to basically being what he was before he changed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go with this one. If you want to see the other endings, I highly recommend checking them out. But in terms of our story here, I mean, there's been so many broken promises. It's time that one got kept. I've led my crew to their deaths hundreds of times, trying to save a race destined to die. But that ends now. We will all go our separate ways, and I'll join Rebecca for as I long for and promised. My days as Grand Admiral, as an Imperial puppet, are over. And it comes with great relief. I've chosen. For better or worse, it's done. Oh, look at her, Cara Dune. And they head into the unknown together. So, you may be wondering, man, that ending it's not a happy ending. And to tell you the truth, none of them are. This is very moody sci-fi, as we've seen in a lot of the storylines. Like, I kind of have a bit of a romantic streak in my head for the thought of, the race, the human race has burned out. And you can have thousands and thousands of years of domination and, terror and stuff to try and get back to get back to basics. But in doing that, would we lose what makes us human? Especially in terms of Idaho. So there's not really a right choice to this storyline, but there's something kind of, what's the word? Not nihilistically, but like apocalyptically romantic in the fact that that, Earth, the human race is just going to go. And we're just going to burn, it's better to burn out than to fade away, I guess, in a way. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that ending for Idaho, that he wakens Rebecca and they go to live out their final days, and the rest of humanity does too. It's an interesting story. I mean, the other ones have a bit of hope. Well, I don't know about the Emperor one, but the Earth one certainly has hope. But I think the Earth one is a little too easy and leaves way too much. Like, with this ending, you know what's going to happen. You know that the human race is pretty much done. But the people who are still around are going to try their best to, I guess, enjoy the time that they have left, at least in terms of Idaho's case. And I think he definitely deserved it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This was, as I said, I played this game after originally playing FTL, and this game just blew my expectations away, considering the fact that FTL itself is also a very fun game. But playing this, especially with my kind of sensibilities and what I like to see out of sci-fi and visual aesthetics, it just blew me away. The only real critique that I have of this game is that I think there should have been more random encounters, just maybe some sort of update that just increased the amount of the choose your own adventure and the decisions and the anomalies. But I understand they also had to keep things relatively small because they had to keep the narrative together. But I think that's kind of a small gripe. The combat is really fun. I was just playing this on normal. Playing it on hard definitely increases the challenge. You definitely have to spend a few more pieces of scrap on repairing your hull, for sure. And for example, if we were in hard mode and went against the Akibara Sung, that would have not been good for us, especially in the scrapper vehicle. But I highly recommend playing this game, guys. Kind of doing your own adventure, do one of the other choices. See how you feel about it. See how your own voyage, how you think that would have shaped Idaho's mind and all the things that he encountered. It's an interesting bit of sci-fi, and I really enjoy it. And I hope you guys did too. Jump into some of the other ships. Give us some fun. I know that the church ship is really popular among players, but I was a big fan growing up of the Wing Commander series, and just the concept of having the little fighters just flying all over and exploding. It's just cool. I have a lot of fun playing with that scrapper ship. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the series, I don't know how many. The thing is, I've seen a few playthroughs of Crying Suns before, and I don't know if I found any that actually did the Rebecca ending. So I hope you guys can at least understand my decision, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys liked the series, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we will see you... Oh, chapter selection. Cool. So then you can actually go through the first chapter in the scrapper ship. But, yeah, like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill there. And we will see you in the next series. Later days, everyone.